There's levels to the best version of yourself. A lot of people say, what's your goal? What do you want to do? And you're like, I want to be the best version of myself. And it's like, man, do you understand that that's something you have to maintain? You don't just become a best version of yourself right here, right now. Yes, I did it. Congratulations. I'm the best version of myself. What are you going to do now? What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode on the Luke Mind Power podcast. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be here. And the fact that you're here, that means you made it through 100% of your worst days. Now, give yourself a round of applause. Fucking hell, mate. We're always focusing on the negatives, always focusing on default mindset, which is just looking for everything that's going wrong and forgetting to just be grateful for the fact that you've made it through 100% of your worst days. But you ain't unscathed yet. You ain't freaking out of this shit yet. You got stuff to do. You got work to do. We gotta persevere. We gotta keep moving forward. We gotta be self-aware. We've got to have a look at our life and the relationships that we are holding on to and the experiences that we are going through in this very moment, because it all marries up to the reason why you are where you are and why you're not where you want to be. And there's always little moments and opportunities every single day to have a look at your life and question yourself as to what it is that's in your way, what's blocking you, what's challenging you, what are you slowing down because of. And a lot of the times, as I've learned with speaking with thousands of people, being on calls with thousands of people over the years, is that, the biggest blocker is our own mind, is our own fear. And my belief and my mindset and my resiliency as well, that, I'm not perfect and I don't think that you should be, but I know that out there on social media and all these different platforms that we have, it's very easy to look at other people and think that they have the perfect life and that they must have everything in order and everything's working for them. Again, behind closed doors, you don't see shit. You don't know what the hell's going on in people's lives, but how people show up for themselves and how they show up in terms of their brand and in terms of how they represent themselves and how they speak and communicate and all that kind of stuff, that's what they want you to see. But I'm here to be as authentic as I can be, and to also, as much as you feel the energy and you feel the motivation and you see me show up on my podcast, on YouTube and on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and all the platforms and TikToks and Instagrams and Facebooks and stuff like that, I'm not perfect. And I make mistakes and I fuck up and I get lazy sometimes and I procrastinate sometimes. And, I'm not the best version of myself that I could be all the time, And I think that there's levels to being the best version of yourself. A lot of people say, well, what's your goal? What do you want to do? And you're like, I want to be the best version of myself. And it's like, man, do you understand that that's something you have to maintain? You don't just become a best version of yourself right here, right now. Yes, I did it. Congratulations. I'm the best version of myself. What the fuck are you going to do now? Have a barbecue, have a drink, celebrate your shit, enjoy that moment, because that's all there is right now. And then guess what? Get on the fucking horse again and keep galloping to the next level. That's what happens. That's the truth. And so it can almost be draining and tiring to even sit there and think, oh my goodness, I have done so much work for myself. I've poured into myself. I've grown. I've built my business. I've become successful. I've overcome my depression. I've overcome my anxiety. I've fucking healed my trauma in my past and I'm feeling liberated. I'm free. I got rid of a fucking toxic relationship that I was in that wasn't serving me, that was destroying me. I'm so proud of myself. Wow, I got here. I made it. I did the fucking work. All that is powerful evidence for you. It's something for you to celebrate, acknowledge in the moment. If you want to have a holiday because you did so much work and, it's part of your success. It's like a business, you have to persevere to achieve the success. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 6 months. It happens over fucking 5 to 10 years, but how long are you willing to persevere? And it's achieving that and then celebrating that, having a break, having a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm going away here because I'm going to celebrate my wins. But then guess what? You can't lie around on the beach drinking cocktails and fucking just traveling around forever. You got to go back to the gym. You got to have your routine. You got to fucking have your lifestyle, your diet, the right people in your life. You know what I mean? Like everything always comes back, because guess what? If you stop, everything stops. So that's why it's really important to remind ourselves that your success, it's a journey, man. Your life is a journey. There's ups and downs all the time. Even if you're desperate enough and you've had enough of your life and you keep going around in circles and you're not fucking fulfilled anymore. You're not living in your purpose. You're not living in your calling. You don't even know what it is. You've lost yourself. You're fucking anxious. You're unhappy. You're fucking depressed. You're drinking all the time. You're working on repeat. You feel like you're going nowhere. You know something needs to change, but you're fucking scared to even take the action. And I always say that, hey man, once you start doing this work, you got to say bye-bye to that life. It goes back to the fundamentals of Jim Rohn, and Dr. Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you think will change. When you change the way you think, the thoughts that create your reality means that your reality is going to change, which means your whole life is going to change. And so this is the scary part of realizing that, damn, am I ready to actually let go of that version of me that I've been that actually isn't serving me? Or am I going to keep being stuck? I'm not for everyone and everyone's not for me, much like, you want to understand your life and relationships and people that you're surrounded by. Just remember, you are not for everyone and everyone is not for you. Hence why it's so important to have that confidence in yourself of you going and realizing that, you don't have to force yourself to be liked. That's your responsibility. And whoever else is able to receive the energy and match your energy, you will feel that. It will feel peaceful, positive, uplifting, inspiring, encouraging. Otherwise, if it's not any of that, if it's not adding value to your life, then well, that's something that's off, doesn't really resonate with me anymore. I have to let it go. I have to release it. I have to remove it. And that's why I say, man, like, how do I stop communicating with someone, or how do I remove someone out of my life? Block, unfriend, delete, fucking ignore, whatever the fuck you need to do to set yourself free, do it. Because your peace is your power. And again, people are always going to judge what they don't understand. And people are never really going to understand the truth of who you are anyway. And sometimes it's just easy to do that, Sometimes we fart ass around and we waste too much time on trying to explain the reasonings as to why we are doing what we are doing. Almost like we have to get permission from that person to be able to move forward in our life and do what we need to do. And a lot of the times we do that because we feel guilty and because we don't want to hurt other people. But regardless of whether you block, unfriend, stop talking to someone, or whether you try to explain to them that, you can't really connect with them anymore, or you don't have time for them anymore, both situations are going to be confusing and hurtful in some way if the person really values you in your life. But again, I know that as you evolve and as you move forward in your life, you're also teaching people that you actually respect and value who it is that you are. And with that respect and value, you'll probably actually inspire them as well, which is the whole beautiful part of growth, is because when you're putting yourself first and you're doing what's right for you and you're showing up for yourself, that's amazing. People look at that and go, damn, he doesn't even want to come out with us anymore, or they're not even available. We've invited them for the last 5 times. We can easily make assumptions, which is one of the 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions about like why people don't want to hang with us anymore or why people don't have time for us. Whatever the fuck ever, man. Like, live your life, move forward. Don't sit there bickering and wondering about what other people are doing and why they're doing what they're doing and why they're acting the way that they're acting. That's not your responsibility. A lot of us, and I hope that this can, I know it will because I've heard this so many times, a lot of us, especially in relationships or whatever that is that's occurred that was confusing to you, a lot of us want closure. I just want to talk to them one more time because I want to find out like what happened. I want to understand like why they did what they did, or all this bullshit, right? So these kind of situations or circumstances. I just want to remind you that you don't need closure. People's actions, they show you exactly what you need to know. You don't need to communicate to know what it was and what happened and this and that. For whatever fucking reason it was, the person lost interest. For whatever the reason it was, the person doesn't have time for you anymore. For whatever the reason it was, they got other priorities, and you're obviously not important enough for them to fucking pick up the phone and go, hey, just wanted to give you some closure, this, and this. Fuck off. See you later. You know what I mean? Respect yourself enough to not go out there and waste your time and energy on losing yourself and your own peace because you haven't got closure from some fucking bullshit. Because you did, I know you care, and you're like, you just invested so much time and energy into that relationship or that connection or that situation or that experience or whatever. You invested a lot of your energy. Your energy is currency and it's expensive. I get it, right? You're valuable. You value who you are, okay? But when someone is clearly showing you that they don't even have the respect for the exchange of energy, for the connection that you created with them, they're showing you, the finger basically. It's not about you becoming like them. It's just about you realizing and going, man, fucking move on. Don't even waste your time, And you do that. Block, unfriend, delete, fucking all that shit. Ignore, move on. Don't waste your time losing yourself to someone who can't experience a level of self-awareness to be able to communicate with you. And again, some people just don't care as much as you do. And it's also, okay, you come back to like knowing your worth, respecting yourself, and knowing that you don't need someone to give you closure. You give yourself that closure by going, okay, this is obviously not working. The signs are very, very clear. It's time for me to move on. And as you do that, that's just you knowing your worth. I think that's the one thing that we get lost in as well, that, if you keep chasing, you're also showing a little bit of insecurity as well. And I get it, sometimes it's nice to feel wanted. It's nice for you to kind of give a little, but it also has to be reciprocal. It's what I teach all my clients in our group coaching program about the law of reciprocation, because one of the reasons of the massive transformation that happens when we're working together and doing this work as a team, as a family, I like to say, is that we're pouring into each other all the time. We're supporting and encouraging each other. And then as you do that, it comes back. And then I teach them to take that out into the real world, into your relationships. When you give, be observant, aware. Am I receiving something in return? More than just feeling good about myself because I gave someone. Many of us are stuck in this mindset of people pleasing. Well, because we didn't get validated. We want to feel included. We want to feel a part of the community. We want to feel like people like us. We want to be liked. How do we get liked? Well, if I do stuff for people, they're going to like me. And so we get lost in this whole people-pleasing mindset of like giving to others, and we forget about ourselves. The right person will be able to love you the way you deserve to be loved. And the one thing that I have always done is when I communicate, I write a lot. When I connect with someone and I write a lot. I don't just do these one-line sentences and shit. Like I'll start fucking writing an essay, and I know for a fact that on many occasions that I've communicated with women through text message and like voice message, whatever. And because of how much I express myself, I have pushed them away because it's too much. And I understand. But I didn't before. Before I was just like so insecure and I would keep chasing and chasing and chasing. When really my level of awareness, self-awareness of like, how much have I given versus what am I getting back? And I do recall some messages coming back as just being really small. Like I've given a full paragraph and they've just written a little blurb, little couple of sentences. And I never ever sat there and went, fuck man, I just like gave so much to this person, or I wrote so much and they just like replied with 2 sentences. Sometimes it can happen, but pay attention to that. Because I used to freaking give so much and I never really understood why the relationship wouldn't grow or the connection wouldn't grow. But now I get it, because not everybody can appreciate my energy. Not everybody can receive my energy, the way that I express myself, who I am. But I believe and I know that if you're also someone that likes to write a lot or message a lot or give a lot, there are people out there that will be able to love you and appreciate you and respect you and give to you the way that you also give. Anyone that isn't able to appreciate that or comprehend that or receive that, they're just not for you. And yeah, when you get excited because you're like, damn, this is someone I really want to connect with, or I find them attractive or whatever that is, there's excitement, there's like hope. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so it is challenging to deal with that when you think that there's something you give and then it doesn't come back. But it's most important that you keep moving forward and you just know your worth. The moment that I give to someone and they don't reply to me, clear as daylight. Not interested, too busy, other priorities. I'm not going to sit there and go, hey, I messaged her 3 days ago, she hasn't replied. I wonder what's wrong. I used to, if it was me like 10 years ago, I would have sent another message and going, hey, how are you? Making up stories in my own mind. Go, well, maybe she's busy. Maybe something happened. Maybe this, maybe that. Fuck off, man. That's the truth. Communication speaks volumes. If they wanted to, they would. If you're a priority, people will show you you're a fucking priority. And these are one of the biggest lessons that we have to learn in relationships and connections. If people value who you are, they'll get back to you. If they don't, they'll look at the message and they'll be like, I don't want to talk to this person. I don't have time for this person. Or they'll just archive your chat and never reply. One of the 4 agreements, don't take things personally. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the connection's wrong. They're not feeling it. So what? There's millions of people around. Keep moving forward. We get stuck and we think that this is the be all and end all, and that's one of the things that I've learned as well also is, just to being aware of that. Have a mind that is open to everything and attached to nothing. So you're never attached to anything, but you're just open. And that's just what is the purpose of what I'm telling you is just have peace. There's more peace of mind. Not sitting there overthinking, what did I do wrong? Did I say something wrong? Why haven't they replied to me yet? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. All that inner dialogue, man. I dealt with that for years. Overthinking, because the truth is in many of the relationships that I was in, I never did anything wrong. I was like literally legitimately pouring my heart out and I was being myself and I was giving and I was messaging and talking and this and that, but I do remember this one particular like relationship where I said to myself, I said, you know what, shit, man, like who I am is pretty intense. I don't know if she can handle it. But I said to myself, you know what, it's been a minute since I've been in a relationship. I'm not changing and I'm going to just be myself. And if it's meant to be, it will grow. If it's not, it will fall apart. So I gave it a chance. And then 3 weeks later, boom, ghost. And I hadn't heard from her. And I was like, what the fuck did I do? And I remember this moment. I'm in my parents' house, back in 2021. And I started overthinking again. And I was like, what did I do wrong? I'm trying to replay back like the conversations, how we were talking, this, that. And, she came into my life for a reason, man. She taught me fucking to take action, to trust myself and to there's no need to overthink because I knew who I was. But in the past, with previous relationships, I overthought like a motherfucker. My overthinking was a bitch. Like my mind, because of my lack of self-worth and insecure way of feeling about who it is that I was. And I didn't have this perception of like, I've given this much energy. I've given this much to them, and I didn't understand my value. So then once I had given and then now I'm not receiving responses or I'm not receiving in return, I'm stuck. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? What happened? And then it just causes me, and I was just fucking drinking and snorting coke and fucking feeling insecure and overthinking and that's why I say, man, like people, especially you learn so much from relationships, so much. But people come into your life for a season, for a reason. There's a meaning for it. Don't get attached. That's why we go back to that quote. Have a mind that is open to everything but attached to nothing. Because at any given moment, someone can turn around and disappear. Any given moment, someone can go, I don't want this anymore. This is too much for me or whatever. Nothing's ever guaranteed. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's the sad part. But at the same time, if we can learn to have that open mind, then whatever's for you will not suffice. It will stick to you. It will gravitate towards you. If it's meant to be in your life, and you create so much more peace by having that kind of mindset. You're not forcing anything. No, you have to be here. It has to be like this. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It is what the fuck it is. And if it's meant to be like this, it will be like this. Don't force anything. Forcing is against nature. You can't force a fucking rose to grow out of the earth within 5 hours unless you're using some fucking bullshit technology they got now. But if you see it naturally, how does it grow? Well, you plant a seed in some soil. You need the sunlight, get some water, make sure the soil's moist. And and make sure you water it every day, and you wait fucking 5 weeks for it to grow. 10 weeks, whatever it is. It's not forcing. I'm not going into the earth and going, fucking, let me see the root. Oh, look, there it is. I'm going to fucking rip it up. I'm going to pull it out. No chance, man. It doesn't work like that. So we tend to force too much because we're just insecure. And of course, there's compromise. It's important to work on relationships, communicate and shit like that. But you got to know when your time, you got to know when it's time to move on, or when it's time to really let go of something that's not serving you. Now, I'm just going to go back to the overthinking thing, because again, that happened to me on purpose, because I remember, and this is already Luke mind power, this is me. And I've changed, I've grown, I've got so much more confidence, self-worth. I know my worth, I know who I am, this and that. I'm expressing myself the way that I am. I'm communicating more. I'm being myself. I'm not changing, not dimming my light. Just because I met someone and I'm like, oh shit, maybe she's not going to connect with my energy. Maybe she's not going to vibe with me. Maybe she's, maybe I'm going to scare her away. Maybe I'm going to be too powerful. Maybe I'm going to talk about personal development too much. Maybe she's not going to be able to resonate with all the things that I'm talking about, and blah, 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 all this shit. And I was like, no, I'm just going to be myself. As much as I was just talking about, if someone ghosts you, or someone doesn't communicate with you anymore, whatever the case may be, well, then move on. You don't need closure. But she did reach out to me a few days later and explain to me that she was overwhelmed, and that it was a lot for her to take in. We were talking every day and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. And I said, look, let's work on this. And next time this happens, how about we just communicate, and you tell me that you need a break, or you tell me that it's too much, or whatever. Anyway, a couple of days later, guys, I'm in the kitchen in my mum's house, and I'm just starting to I'm feeling this intuition, this gut, this feeling. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, this is not right. I'm not doing this. I've already gone through this experience. The overthinking was a trigger, was a sign for me. And the fact that this happened, my gut was telling me, finish it off, bro. Remove it out of your life. And I did within the next 24 hours. Finished it. Communicate. Nah, this is not going to work. Blah, blah, blah. Done. Again, the awareness of what has created the overthinking, pouring so much into a relationship or into a new connection or something, and then it not being reciprocated, or something happens that is out of character or out of ordinary, right? And then you are there overthinking. What did I do? Oh my God, where are they? Why haven't they called me? And you're constantly looking at your phone and all this shit, man. It's so fucking draining. Oh my God. I despise this shit, now I'm so hyper aware to it that if you come into my life and you create that, I'll flick you away straight away. I won't hesitate, because overthinking disturbs your peace. And I love peace. I love to feel peaceful. Peaceful is where I'm in my power. Your peace is your power. Peaceful is where I have mental clarity. I can think. You come into my life and you create and disturb my peace, you can fuck off. That's how serious I am about it, because I have been through fucking so many experiences that have caused me to overthink, which has drained my fucking energy so bad that I just won't handle it. I won't take it anymore. That's where a lot of my drive and passion comes from, because of all of those experiences and relationships and moments of overthinking. Disgusting. It's disgusting. You want to become so aware of it, of whatever it is that's causing you to overthink, and get disgusted that it's causing you to overthink, and do whatever the fuck you need to do to overcome it, to heal from it. Because it's yuck. It's shit. It's a shit disturbed fucking state. It's not healthy. It's not positive. It's not good. It's not going to help you sleep. Many of us suffering with insomnia are not able to sleep and have a good night's sleep because we are overthinking. Overthinking, man. It's fucking shit, man. It's worth working on yourself. It's worth healing yourself. It's worth doing what you need to do to fix the issue, because there is a solution. All we need to focus on is today. And all you need to get through is today. So don't get too lost in the future, because you can't control that. And do whatever you need to do to overcome the past, because the past is also something that is just a memory, which has also impaired a lot of us energetically because of the thoughts that are connected with the memory of some of these experiences that we've been through, which is debilitating. And it's very destructive. And there's a lot of fear and depressive experiences that we're going through and anxious moments that we have simply because we have been hurt and we haven't done our due diligence and checklist and research on ourselves to be able to overcome the past so that you can actually live in a peaceful present state of actually enjoying your life, of what it is right now, of where you are right now. And I get it. I talk about goals, having a vision, having a dream, all this kind of shit. I'm fucking living my dream, ladies and gentlemen. What am I excited about? I'm excited about the fact that I'm alive here, now, today. But do whatever you need to do to have peace of mind, peace of heart, and live in the present. Enjoy the journey, man. This is what you have. This is the one life that you have. Make it the best. But remember that it's a process and it's not a destination that you're going to get to one day and everything's going to be lovey-dovey and amazing and this and that, you know? Make the most of what you have with who you are, with where you are, with what you're doing right now, and enjoy your life. And if you're not where you want to be, that's great, because you're not supposed to be where you want to be when you're not where you want to be. You're supposed to be in a shit place first before you get yourself into a better place. And this is one of the best things that you can do, is to realize, shit, I'm not happy. Shit, I need help. Shit, I want to get myself out of this. Shit, I'm not fulfilled anymore. Well, good. It's fucking called change. It's called evolution. It's called transformation. It's called your soul speaking to you going, oh man, something's off now. You know, you can only lie to yourself for so many years. You know, you can only suppress your feelings and your emotions. Fucking how many times do you want to drink your fucking pain away? How many fucking weekends do you want to have snorting coke, fucking forgetting about the reality of your week that you have to live every single week? You can only do that so many times. Like fucking, you got to get to a point where you go, fuck man, not feeling it. Take some action and start making changes. As many people have the same excuse. It's too hard. It's too long. It's whatever. Well, fuck man. Then do the same shit for the next 12 months and then fucking sit there in 12 months and have a cry, have a fucking whinge about, oh, you know, I could have done something 12 months ago, but, you know, I was scared. Fucking hell, man, you're going to die. Be scared about wasting fucking more time. Be scared about the fact that you can't even fucking buy time, that every single day that goes by is another day that you fucking wasted, another day to your fucking death. That's what you should be fucking scared about. And fuck, man, you know what I mean? Like, just too many of us are like, I'm scared. I'm scared of change. I'm scared of growth. I'm scared of becoming, it's all fucking mind. You know, we have to become aware of the mind and how powerful it is and how it controls us, because it does. It basically debilitates us from even believing the possibility that we can heal, transform, change, start a new life, become a better version of ourselves. We don't even think that it's possible for many of us. I'm stuck, I'm too old, and all this. These are all bullshit stories. All bullshit stories. Whatever you believe is what you become. It's up to you to step up, have your own back, and make the change that you want. Stick to it, stay consistent, surround yourself with the right people, invest in yourself, love yourself, and you'll be surprised at how powerful and amazing and incredible your life can become. Until the next episode, guys, fucking keep going, man, because you're amazing. And you're here and you're showing up. And everything you want is on the other side of action. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out. See ya.